All right, so this video here is to help you guys figure out how to do long division. So we have a problem here, which is 1054 divided by 2. You are going to need a multiplication chart to be able to help you guys out with this. So the way that you guys do long division is that you first start off with the first number inside of the house, which is a 1. So looking at your row for the number 2 here, you'll realize that there is actually no number that is before 1. So that means the first number that we need to do is 2 times what number will go into 1? Nothing will go into the number 1. All right, and then 2 times 0 is going to equal to 0, and you need to subtract 1 minus 0, which equals to 1. When you're doing long division, when you get the result, the next thing you guys need to do is take the second number, draw an arrow to help you be able to know what number you guys dropped, and then you need to do 10. So that means you need to figure out 2 times what number will get us close and not over 10. Luckily for us, if we look at the row that has the 2 on it, we could see that 10 does show up here, so that means 2 times 5 equals to 10. So our next number here is going to be 5, because 2 times 5 equals to 10. 10 minus 10 is equal to 0, and you drop the next number down. We now need to figure out 2 times what number will get us close but not over 5. So if we take a look at this here on the row that has 2, we see that 5 is in between 4 and 6. You want to go with the number that's before, that doesn't go over the number that we have here. So that means we don't want to use 6. Instead, we use the number before that, which is going to be 4. So that means that number is going to be 2. So place the 2 up here, because 2 times 2 equals 2, 4. And we're going to subtract that. 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. And we're going to drop our next number, which is going to be 14. Looking at the row for 2, you want to figure out a number that is close to 14 but not over, and luckily for us, we do have 14 right here, because 7 times 2 equals to 14. Put the 7 up here, because 2 times 7 is equal to 14. 14 minus 14 is equal to 0, and because we have no other numbers past here and we have a remainder of 0, our answer for this is going to be 527. All right, looking at our next problem, we have 4,535 divided by 5. Start taking a look at your very first number. Because 5 is the bigger number, that means there is no number that will get me close to 4 without going over. So you first start off with 0, because 5 times 0 is going to equal to 0. 4 minus 0 is equal to 5. Drop the 5 down. We're then going to take a look at the row for 5 and get to a number that's close to 45 but not over. And luckily for us, 45 does show up here, because 5 times 9 equals to 45. Subtract that here, we have 0. We drop down our next number by drawing our arrow, and this is 3. 5 is bigger than 3, so that means I won't get a number that goes past 3 or my 5 row. So that means I need to do 0 next, and then 5 times 0 is equal to 0. 3 minus 0 is equal to 3. Drop down the next number, which is a 5. Now I need to figure out in my row of 5, where do I hit 35 without going over? And again, luckily for us, it hits at 7. So that means 5 times 7 is equal to 35, and 35 minus 35 is equal to 0 here. There are no numbers that I can drop down anymore, and I have a remainder of 0. So that means my solution for this one is going to be 907 here. I'm going to do one more for you guys. Let's go with the 4,725 divided by 7. Start off with our very first number, which is a 4. 7 is bigger than 4, so that means we need to start off with 0, and then 7 times 0 is equal to 0 here. 4 minus 0 is equal to 4, and then drop down our next number, which is 7. Taking a look at our row for 7, we need to get close to 47 but not go over. So right now it's in between 42 and 49. Because 49 is going over, we need to hit 42, which means we're going to use 6. 7 times 6 is equal to 42. We are then going to do 47 minus 42. 7 minus 2 is going to equal to 5. 4 times 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. We drop down our next number, which is a 2. We need to take a look at our row for 7 to figure out where we get close to 52. And look at that, it's between 49 and 56. And we always want the lower number. So that means we're going to use 7 as our number here, because 7 times 7 will give you 49. You cannot do 2 minus 9, so that means you need to borrow from the 5 and then draw a 1 here to carry over. 12 minus 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is a 3. 4 minus 4 is going to equal to 0. Take down our next number, which is a 5. And then taking a look at our row for 7, see where it hits 35 or close, and look at that, we're lucky it hits 35 right here. Bring it all the way up, and 7 times 5 will get you to 35. And 35 minus 35 is equal to 0. And because there's no other number past here, and we have a remainder of 0, our solution is going to be 675. Please use this time to finish up the rest of the problems that are on your sheet, please.